Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried so hard to connect with somebody that you love, but every time you speak, it feels like they don't hear you? Well, in 1995, Disney dropped a film that captured that feeling. But instead of using a dramatic actor or a sad piano, they used Goofy. This ain't just a goofy movie. This is the father-son film for an entire generation. And a lot of us, especially in the Black community, we've adopted it as one of ours. See, before a Goofy movie ever hit the big screen, we had Goof Troop. Max and PJ were the duo. Two kids, different personalities, bonded for life. And their dads, Goofy and Pete, man, two sides of the same coin. Goofy, full of heart and awkward love. Pete, loud, controlling, and somehow a cat who owned a cat. Anthropomorphism going on, but this man actually owned a cat. And what made Goof Troop really special? It wasn't just the comedy, it was the relatability. It showed two different styles of parenting and how love can be a little messy but still be real. And when a Goofy movie came out in 1995, most folks expected slapstick, but what we got was therapy, set to Black music and packaged in a road trip. So let's break it down. Max is a teenager now, afraid of becoming just another goof. He wants his own identity, his own swag, and he wants Roxanne. And Goofy is this loving father afraid that his son is slipping away. He's scared that Max is following down the wrong path, making bad choices and losing his way. And here's the powerful thing. They're both right. They both have valid fears. They both want to be seen, but they don't have the tools to say it the right way. That's real life for a lot of us. And there's so much there to unpack. Goofy doesn't want Max to end up lost. And there's a common feeling among fathers, especially those of us who didn't grow up with one. You want better for your children, but you don't always know how to say it. And look, Max isn't trying to be disrespectful. He's trying to be himself. And kids, and in this case sons, need room to explore who they are without feeling like they're disappointing their fathers. And while miscommunication creates distance, it doesn't mean there's a lack of love. This classic film shows us how love can be quiet or loud. But if you don't know how to speak the other person's language, then the message gets lost. And remember the scene where Bigfoot traps them in the car and they're stuck together with no distractions? That's when we see the healing start. The "Hi Dad" message at the bottom of the cup, bruh, that wasn't just a line, that felt like a hug. I was holding back tears at that point. It was Max saying, "I see you," even though I can't say it. And then there's these lines that rip your chest right open. "I'm not your little boy anymore, Dad. I've grown up." And Goofy responds, "No matter how big you get, Max, you'll always be my son." Man, that right there is the heart of the entire film. It's about how growing up doesn't necessarily mean growing apart. It just means we have to relearn each other over and over again. Look, we all remember and love Powerline, who was played by Tevin Campbell, who was a whole rock star of the film. We still waiting on that album too, by the way, Disney. Y'all figure that out. Hit up Tevin, do whatever y'all gotta do. He's still alive, he still can sing. Y'all do what y'all need to do. The songs Eye to Eye and Stand Out, classics. We didn't just watch this film as kids, but we felt it in our bones. And Pauly Shore's character, Leaning Tower of Cheesa, that line was iconic. But here's what's wild. When it came out, critics absolutely hated it. One called it an incoherent mess. Even Siskel and Ebert trashed it. What do they know, right? Some folks were simply mad that Disney had the nerve to humanize Goofy. I mean, really? They just didn't get it because it wasn't for them. It was for us. And now, 30 years later, it's a cult classic, especially among Black folk. We claimed it. We still sang the songs. We saw ourselves in Max, our dads and our uncles. We saw in Goofy because it reminded us of the tension between who we are and who the world expects us to be. So what can we learn from this as fathers? Because listen, I know all about being a goof. I joke, I stumble, I mess up, but I love my son deeply. And sometimes I simply don't know how to do it or say it right. And neither did Goofy. So in my opinion, some simple takeaways can be this. Listen with no agenda. Put the phone down. No distractions. Just hear them out without trying to fix everything. Creating moments for connection, not control. Whether it's a walk, a game, or a drive, bonding can happen in the in-between. Let them teach you who they're becoming. Don't assume and don't force. Try not to, at least. Ask them what they care about, what scares them, what makes them laugh. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. A Goofy movie was simply a little film that could, and it did. Disney didn't believe in it, critics didn't understand it, but we did, and we still do. Because it's not simply about a son and a father in a car. It's about all of us trying to find a way back to each other, trying to feel seen, trying to prove that love may look goofy, but it's always real. So if you haven't seen this film in a while, watch it again. Go check out the documentary. It's been 30 years since the film dropped. And this time, watch it with new eyes. This is what I do. I'm the Nostalgia King. I tell stories that matter back then and still matter to this very day. And if if this hit your heart like it hit mine, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with somebody who needs it. And remember, just because something wasn't accepted at first doesn't mean it ain't great. Sometimes the goofiest things carry the deepest truth. Peace.